Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. Prince Albert RCMP are asking the public to report sightings and information on the whereabouts of 34-year-old Devin Natauhau. Natauhau is wanted for a variety of weapons charges, including possession of a firearm and ammunition in a motor vehicle, as well as flight from a peace officer. He may be driving a black 2017 Hyundai Accent with a Saskatchewan license plate 278NYU. Police are asking the public not to approach him and to report all sightings and information to police. 4 people were arrested in Prince Albert Tuesday following a weapons call that ended in a vehicle collision. Police were called just after 4 p.m. to the 1400 block of 1st Street East for a weapons call. The complainant heard multiple gunshots, then saw a red truck driving away on 15th Avenue East. Officers located the truck near 15th Street and 15th Avenue and followed it. The truck collided with another vehicle on 28th Street and 4 occupants fled on foot. All 4 were arrested shortly after. The 2 occupants of the other vehicle were treated by Parkland Ambulance and taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police continue to investigate. Anyone with information about the incident is asked to contact the Prince Albert Detachment or Crime Stoppers. Prince Albert police asked residents to avoid the East Hill area last night. An area was blocked off by police for a while with the SWAT team noted by witnesses in the area. Police have not released any details about the situation, but lifted the traffic restrictions at about 7 o'clock last night. A Saskatchewan man has pleaded guilty to offenses related to unlawful hunting. The charges follow an investigation that began in October when North Battleford conservation officers checking out complaints of unlawful outfitting in the area. The province says officers tried to stop a vehicle believed to be hunting in the area, but the vehicle took off and the driver refused to stop. RCMP also tried to stop the vehicle, which was then tracked to a home on the Red Pheasant Cree Nation. Elliot Meachance was charged and pleaded guilty to outfitting without a license, driving while prohibited, and failing to stop for a peace officer. He was sentenced to 379 days in custody, 2 years of probation, and 3 years of suspension. An American resident who was unlawfully guided by Meachance was also fined $1,400 for engaging in unlawful hunting. Well, I don't know exactly in terms of which animals, but it might be a bit too early for hunting season, but maybe people could get out there and start planning out their hunting trips. What kind of weather do we have for that?
Well, you know what? If you're going to be out and about and checking out the great outdoors, this is certainly the week to do it. John, always be careful and mindful of rules. But bottom line is that we've got hot temperatures that are going to stay in place today, tomorrow, through the long weekend. Things cool off a little bit in the early part of next week, back to work Tuesday. But once again, just pointing out, there's a high pressure ridge in place. It's not really moving all that much. A lot more in the way of active weather down in the United States, but across Western Canada, not much going on. And we'll talk about the actual numbers a little later on.
Electric vehicle drivers in Saskatoon will now have to pay up to at least 2 leisure centres in Saskatoon. Today, a majority of city councillors voted to end a pilot program that allowed electric vehicles to charge for free at the Lawson and Lakewood civic centres. Administration reports free charging costs the city up to $21,000 to subsidize, while charging just over $5 per hour will cost roughly $5,000 to subsidize. It recommended a fee of $3 per hour to recover some costs while still encouraging people to use the charging stalls. Councillor Jasmine Parker and Catherine McDonald opposed the $5 fee, saying it should be $3.
Move forward with option 4 at $3 because we want to incentivize people to move forward, be a leadership in this field, and also we as a city subsidize programs constantly.
Users should pay for a service, and I'm optimistic that the usage would be better than 6%, so we would get cost recovery. Council is asking administration to evaluate possible third-party providers.
Saskatoon police have granted more authority to seize drugs and street weapons in public spaces under a new bylaw. Saskatoon City Council passed the bylaw earlier today. It follows new provincial legislation known as the Safe Spaces Public Act, which came into effect on August 1st. Under the act, it's illegal to have or alter items that may be used as street weapons. That includes bear spray, knives, and hypodermic needles without an appropriate reason. The act also prohibits drugs such as methamphetamine and fentanyl in public spaces. Municipalities and First Nations have the choice to opt to the new legislation by passing a local bylaw. The Saskatoon Police Service asked City Council to opt in, which was unanimously approved by City Councillors. Next week marks the start of another school year, and the latest crop of kindergarten students, COVID babies, were born during the pandemic. The little ones could be a distinctive challenge for teachers since their formative months and years were spent during lockdown, and that meant wearing masks and limiting social interaction. The Saskatoon Public School Division says it's aware students may require more work on social skill development, and staff is ready to pivot to accommodate for this crop of 5-year-olds. One child psychologist says parents should take time to let their child get familiar with their new school environment, and that means visiting this week and involving kids in preparation like organizing school supplies.
Some teachers and schools may see a few extra kids struggling with patience, turn-taking, expressing their needs, those type of things. But university, most kids have done really well, but there's a few kids on the edges that will take a little bit more time to learn those skills.
The Public School Board believes the COVID babies may be well-versed in other communication technology like FaceTime, having used these tools because of the pandemic. A joint commitment from the province and the federal government will see more than 500 childcare spaces added to post-secondary institutions in Saskatchewan. The total commitment is almost $11 million. 450 spaces will be created at Saskatchewan Polytechnic campuses across the province. 90 will be added to Northlands College in La Ronge. In total, 540 spaces are designed to provide on-campus childcare for students, faculty, and staff. It will also create training opportunities for students pursuing a career in early childhood education.
Hundreds of families who will no longer face the challenge of hunting for safe, reliable, quality childcare. I think this is truly amazing and a day that we should all be very proud of and celebrate. It will have a significant positive impact on Saskatchewan Polytechnic students, our faculty and our staff, as well as the community in which we are situated.
Sask Poly says the childcare spaces will eliminate one of the main barriers that mature students face in pursuing their education. After the break, make room for pancakes. Jasmine Pelche finds out about the 2 Miles for Mary fundraiser. The Community Service Centre in Prince Albert is coming back with a popular pancake breakfast fundraiser supporting a great cause of getting our seniors around town. Jasmine Pelche finds out more.
The 2 Miles for Mary fundraiser is coming up. Could you explain what happens at that fundraiser?
This year, the 2 Miles for Mary fundraiser is the pancake breakfast at the Heritage Centre. And we'll be down there providing breakfast free of charge by donation, ideally. And raising money for seniors transportation.
Is it typically a pancake breakfast, or what has it been in past years?
We brought back the pancake breakfast last year after a 5-year or 4-year hiatus, I guess, due to COVID. Prior to that, it was a pancake breakfast, and we're really happy to have it back. It's great community engagement. Good to have a lot of our supporters and our ridership come down and have a great breakfast and socialize and meet each other and raise some much needed funds.
So all the money people would spend, on pancakes, or that's the donation that would go towards this fundraiser, correct?
Absolutely, everything's by donation, and this year the pancake breakfast was sponsored by Lake Country Co-op, so we're proud to have them as a partner, providing the breakfast, and all the funds raised at that pancake breakfast 100% go to seniors transportation and providing rides.
How many people do you remember showing up last year?
Last year we had a really good turnout. We had a couple hundred folks. The breakfast starts at 6:30, so we were off to a slow start. But by 8 o'clock, it was a very busy Heritage Center, and we served breakfast until 9. So we hope to see more people out this year. And for those that were out last year, come on back. And if you couldn't make it, then we hope to see you there this year.
It sounds good. How many years has this fundraiser been running?
This is our 38th annual, wow. So we're coming up on 40 years. Yeah, it's been a few years, and it grows every year. So that's been wonderful, and I imagine we hope to keep it going for years to come.
How much did you raise last year at the fundraiser?
The 2 Miles for Mary last year, which ran we kind of do things throughout the whole month of September, but this being the key event, we brought in just under $30,000 last year, and those funds are of course much needed to provide rides to folks in PA area.
Yeah, so this would subsidize the seniors transportation program. Could you explain how that program works?
Yeah, the Seniors Transportation Program is very unique to Prince Albert. We're able to provide rides one way for a flat fee of $5, and that fee hasn't moved in a number of years. Very affordable, safe transportation for seniors within the city of PA. The process is really simple. You register with the Community Service Center at 306-953-4477. And once registered, you can book a ride up to 2 weeks in advance, and it's provides a lot of rides to doctor's appointments, banks, shopping. Keeps a lot of seniors active and mobile for a reasonable price when maybe otherwise they can't be.
Who counts as a senior for the Seniors Transportation Program?
We operate from just the age of 60 plus. So if anyone's over the age of 60 and they want to register, you just phone in and register, and once registered, then it's just a matter of booking the rides.
If someone's interested in finding out more information about the transportation program, how can they do that?
Well, like I said, they can call 306-953-4477, which is the Seniors Transportation Program, or come on down to the center at 101 15th Street West, and someone would be happy to explain or register folks in person.
And to encourage people to come on down and check out the pancake fundraiser, how can we do that? How are we supposed to give out more information? Like, how do they find out all the answers, the when, the where, the how?
Probably our Facebook page would be the best. So Prince Albert Community Service Center on Facebook, and there's links there to our website, or Google us or give us a call, and we're pretty accessible.
Sounds like it. Well, thank you for having me here and explaining as you guys are going into your 38th year of fundraising. That's crazy.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Jeff's going to find out just how hot it's going to stay right after the break. And later, robotic technology helps give the gift of mobility. So we're right smack dab in the middle of, I guess, what you could call a summer scorcher. And do you have the little wading pool out in the backyard ready?
Oh, yeah. That's right. I got the blow-up kiddie pool. Ooh, Rancho Relaxo when I get home, yeah.
What do we got for weather?
Okay. Well, it's going to be hot, perfect for that blow-up pool, or like the cheap plastic ones you can buy. Just fill her up and go. We've got ourselves hot temperatures, John, right through the weekend. And next week, it cools off a little bit, but then it's going to bounce back. So we'll talk about the bounce back a little later on, but let's take a look at the here and now. As I mentioned earlier on, big area of high pressure. There's a big high pressure ridge in place. It sort of curves down here. So uncool and unsettled conditions out in eastern Canada, impacting Atlantic Canada. But for the big west, we've got ourselves hot and dry conditions. You make your way down to the United States, the Intermountain West area, and down into some of the mountain states and the plain states. Yeah, it's unsettled conditions down south, but Western Canada, not so much. Pressure lines, those isobar lines, not very close together. So, of course, we all know that means it's not going to be particularly windy. That's at least what the computer models are predicting. Let's go and take a look at tomorrow's tonight. We're anticipating mainly clear skies across the region, the Lakeland area. Temperature temperatures dropping down to 14 in Spiritwood and the Battlefords, 11 the overnight temperature in Candle Lake, 12 for Birch Hills, Rostern, and Nipawin, and Melfort's overnight temperature 13 degrees under clear skies. And again, not much in the way of wind in any of these locations as we take a look at tomorrow's temperatures. And yes, hot again. Mainly sunny in Spiritwood, 31 degrees. Mainly sunny in the Battlefords, 32. Mainly sunny and 31 in Candle Lake. Big time sunshine in Birch Hills, 31 degrees. Ditto that for Rostern and area. Nipawin, sunny and 31 degrees. And Melfort, sunny and 30. On to the details for the Gateway City. So for tonight, dropping down to 11 degrees. It starts out relatively clear, but some clouds show up in the overnight period. The winds back off tonight. Winds out of the southeast 10, dropping to light. So it goes from light-ish to light. Then we take a look at tomorrow's high. Yes, another hot one. About 8 degrees above seasonal. 31 the expected daytime high under mainly sunny skies. Winds out of the south at 10 kilometers an hour. And then on Friday, 32 degrees with a bit more in the way of cloud. 32 as well on Saturday, but it comes with a lot of sunshine. 29 degrees on Sunday. Holiday Monday, 24 degrees under mainly cloudy skies. So essentially seasonal temperatures on Holiday Monday. Tuesday, back to work Tuesday, 17 degrees with mainly cloudy skies, and temperatures bounce back a little bit, still a little bit below seasonal though. Wednesday, 1 week from today, mainly cloudy skies and 21.
Well, yeah, there you go. That's some pretty high expectations, Jeff. And you know who else has got some pretty high expectations? The University of Saskatchewan Huskies and the Regina Rams. They're entering the football season this season with very high rankings from the overall league. The Huskies ranked first in the conference in the Canada West Conference coaches poll, followed by Regina, who are ranked second. Nationally, the Saskatchewan Huskies will head into the first week ranked 9th, 1 spot behind Manitoba and 1 spot ahead of Regina. Laval is ranked number 1 in the country, followed by Laurier, Montreal, Western, Bishops, Queens, and Guelph. Last season, the Regina Rams defeated the Saskatchewan Huskies in the conference final, that one at Griffith Stadium. Both the Huskies and Rams open the season this weekend.
The 1991 season was not a great one for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, but the Labor Day Classic sure was. On September 1st of that year, 30,000 fans watched the Riders dismantle the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. It started on the first offensive series when running back Lucius Floyd would rumble 59 yards all the way to the house. On their second possession, the Riders would strike again, this time on a long pass to Jeff Fairholm, who caught the ball with 3 defenders around him and somehow still got in. What a play. Winnipeg would score twice before Austin hit slot back Ray Elgard for a touchdown. And then, just over 2 minutes after that, Jeff Fairholm gets in behind the Winnipeg secondary and scampers into the end zone for his second touchdown of the day. Fairholm was loving it, and so were the Riders. The offense just kept firing. The Riders were up 38-15 when Austin would hit Ray Elgard again for another touchdown. 1991 wasn't a great season for Saskatchewan, but on this day, it was sweet celebration in Riderville as the Green Machine would beat the Winnipeg Blue Bombers 56-23.
And if you want to check out more classic sports moments from the days of Wilco and Woodfinish televisions, you can check them out on our website.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
A new report from Saskatchewan Blue Cross suggests residents are struggling to navigate the healthcare system. In its 2025 health literacy report, the insurance provider says as many as 2 in 3 people in our province struggle with health literacy. 76% overestimate their ability to understand and navigate healthcare. A third of people consulted over a 2-year period saw delays in treatment due to confusion or a lack of information. Blue Cross says some potential solutions include improvements to virtual care and other resources. Advances in medical technology are giving the gift of mobility for children living with physical disabilities, and some are walking for the very first time. Pauline Chan shows us how.
First steps in the brand new Trexo device at Toronto Kids Physio for 7-year-old Charlize. The $100,000 mobility device, a gift from Brars Foods. Manmeet Magoo says he and a partner started Trexo after seeing his nephew struggle with cerebral palsy.
And the thought of my nephew never taking his first steps inspired us to find a solution. Our product is strictly designed for children, children with any sort of lower body impairment. Cerebral palsy is the most common physical disability among children. It affects over 500,000 children in North America. And there's many other conditions as well, like traumatic brain injuries.
This is the first of 2 Trexo devices being donated by Brar.
You know, you want to do business where you're also contributing to the community. And we just realized that both the companies have very common values.
And while this was Charlize's first time trying the Trexo, 4-year-old Ethan has been using it for about a year.
Ethan was born with Nemelin myopathy, which is a ultra-rare genetic disorder that affects all the muscles in his body. And so he is unable to breathe effectively on his own. He's unable to move himself.
Mom Toba Cooper says a donation like this Trexo is invaluable for families like Ethan's.
They are quite expensive. For that a piece of equipment like that to be available in a clinic where Ethan has familiar therapists, is comfortable and feels safe, means he can get up and walk around once a week when he otherwise literally wouldn't be able to.
You can do it. You can do it. Whoa.
Pauline Chan, CTV News.
I paused it.
Well, there you go, Jeff. There's always someone younger and hungrier coming up behind you, and I got to watch out because even in the news industry, that's true. Take a look at this example.
Reporting live at the Capitol, my name is Sharina Verget, and Joe Khalil is with me, and I'm
So that little youngster, she's obviously a natural, and she's going to be reporting later on the bugs in her backyard, and of course she does it with confidence. And Jeff, my only constructive criticism is to give her a little more slack in that mic cord, but of course when she gets to the pros, she'll be going wireless, but she's doing a great job there. It's not as easy as it looks. In fact, it reminds me of our local reporter in PA. She had 2 leashes and a microphone cord she had to fight there just a couple of days ago.
You know, let me tell you, that's just part of the stresses of the job. Too many leashes, not enough microphones.
Exactly, and the show, no matter what, must go on. So that's a great job by that little toddler there. And I guess I can't say toddler. She's going to be taking my job soon. National news is coming up next.